Hey folks, welcome to Codage. In this session, we will see how to integrate Lambda with AWS S3. So we will create bucket in the Amazon S3 and we will set event notification to invoke our Lambda function. Whenever we upload any object in the S3 bucket, it will send an event to the Lambda function. Also, we will try to fetch object from the S3. Based on the information we will get it from the event. We will also see how to set up permissions for Lambda function to call getObject in the S3 bucket. So let's get started. So in the AWS Management Console, let's create S3 bucket. Just click on the S3, click on Create Bucket. Let's give it a name. Storage S3 demo. Okay. And we will keep all the parameters default. And let's click on the Create Bucket. Okay, so bucket name, it is showing error. It should not be a uppercase. Okay, let's click on create bucket. So our bucket is created. Okay, now we will create a Lambda function. Just click on Lambda, click on create function. Let's give it a name, demo s3 Lambda. Okay, we will select runtime as a Python and let's click on create function. Okay, now here we will print event so that we can see what event is sent from the S3 bucket. Okay, let's test it. Let's create some demo event. Okay, so our function is working properly. Now let's go back into the S3 and click on the properties. We can see option for event notification. Okay, just click on the create event notification. Here we will set up Lambda function so that whenever we upload object into the S3 bucket, it will send an event. So event name Lambda event. So here are multiple options on which scenario we want to send an event. So we will send an event for the put, that is object creation events. Okay, so it will send event for put, post, copy, and multi-part upload. So let's select Lambda function. This is our Lambda function. Let's click on save changes. Okay. Now if you go back into the Lambda, just click on the configuration. And let's go into the resource-based policy. Now this policy is added automatically by AWS. If you click on view policy, you can see for the service that is S3, it is allowing to invoke Lambda function. Which Lambda function? That is demo S3 Lambda that we have created just now. Okay. Now let's test it. We will upload some data into S3 bucket. So just click on upload, add files. Let's select image. Okay. Click on open. Click on upload. Okay, so our image is uploaded. Now let's go back into the Lambda function. Click on the monitor. Let's see in the CloudWatch. Just click on the this log stream. Okay, so you can see here we got an event. Just expand it. So we can see that event name is object created put. Okay, and we can see the key, that is object key, is a Lambda service.png. that is we have uploaded here. Okay, we can also see the size, and also we can see the bucket name, that is codage S3 demo. Now what we will do, based on this bucket name and the key, we will try to fetch object, that is this same information from S3, but that is from the Lambda, not from the CloudWatch. Okay, so let's copy this event. We will use it for testing purpose. Let me copy it into the editor. Let me format it. Okay, so you can see we have this event which has records, and it is of the form of array. Okay, and here we can see information related to S3, that is bucket name is codage S3 demo. Then what is the object key? Object key is object name, right? We can also see the size, and we can also see event name, that is a of type put. Okay, so I'll just let me go into the Lambda function. Let's write some code for it. Okay, so we will import one library here, that is Boto3. Okay, now we will fetch S3 here using Boto3. Okay, now let's remove this. And we will try to get bucket name from the event. So we have event, and you can see, let me open the event. Okay, so you can see we have this array of type records. Okay, and in the array we will try to get this S3. Okay, and from S3 we will try to get bucket and name. Okay, so we will have to write this in the code, how to get this thing. Okay, let's go back into the code. So event is an array. Okay, we will first fetch record. And this is the first element. And from there, we will try to fetch S3. And within S3, we have bucket, right? And from bucket, what we want? Bucket name. Simple. Now, we will also try to fetch key, that is a object name. So let me copy this. And key was in the object section. Okay. Also, we will fetch a size of an object. Let me copy this again. And size was also in the object section, right? Let's print it. Bucket bucket. Okay, then print key. Okay, then print size. Okay, let's test this event. We will also return just a bucket. Okay, now we will have to send the same event that we have copied in the editor. Let's change that event. Let me copy it from the editor. Okay. So we are sending the same event for testing. Save it, deploy, test. It is saying some error on line 14. Okay, 14. Let's change it. As the size is number, we cannot concatenate here. Let's deploy it and test it. Okay, so we got the response that is bucket is the codage SC demo. Also we got the key that is the object name. Also we got the size of the object. Okay, now what we will do, we will fetch this object information from the S3 bucket based on the bucket name and the key. Okay, so let's try it. Let's create a try block. Spawns dot get object. Okay, it required bucket name, that is bucket, and the key. Okay, let's print it. Let's print the exception. Also print some message. And we will raise it. Okay, let's deploy it and test it. Now we can see different error. That is, an error occurred, access denied when calling the get object operation. Okay, so what does it mean? Lambda function doesn't have access to call get object on the S3 bucket. So we will have to give permission to the Lambda function to invoke S3 object, right? So what we will do, we will go into the configuration. And here you can see it has permission only for Amazon CloudWatch log. Okay, so let's click on this role. And we will add permission here. Let's create inline policy. Okay, so we are getting for S3. And what for permission we want? We want a read access from the for the S3 bucket. We'll click on the get object, right? And we will require AR in here. So what is the AR in of our S3 bucket? Let's find it out. Go into the permission and click on this bucket policy. So you can see bucket AR in here. Just copy it and paste it here. For demo purpose, we will allow for any bucket name, any object name, okay, and add AR in. Let's click on the next. Let's give it some name, Lambda S3 role demo. Okay, let's click on the create policy. Okay, so we have added policy for S3. Let's go back into the Lambda function, just refresh this page. Now you can see here Amazon S3 added, and what it is saying, allow get object for the S3 bucket, right? And one more thing I want to show, that S3 has been added as a trigger for the Lambda to get invoked from the S3. Okay, now let's go back into our code and let's test it. Okay, it is working now. Now we have printed the response. Okay, and in the response you can see this is the response get printed. Then we have request ID, HTTP header, right? We have content length. Then server is Amazon S3. What is the content type? That is image/png, right? We have content type that is image/png. Let's try to extract this content type from this response. Okay, so let's try it. Here we will print content type. Okay, from response. Okay, and we will return the same thing. Okay, just remove this line. Let's deploy it and test it. Okay, so we got the response as an image/png, right? So in this lecture, we see how to set event notification in the bucket, right? From the permissions, we have added, in the properties, we have added event notification or as a Lambda event, okay, which we'll call Lambda function. That is demo st Lambda. After that, what we did, we also try to fetch object based on the bucket and the key. And for that, we have added rule for the Lambda so that it can call S3 bucket. Okay, that's it for this lecture. Thanks for watching the video.